Welcome back to Kin and Chaos for another randomly selected creature type to build a commander deck around, with me, Darcy Bits. Let's see what we have today. Alright. No way. No way. What? I just did Assembly Workers Matter. Now you want Artificers Matter? Screw it, I'm not doing that one. Next. Don't be something good, I want a clean cake. What the heck? What? That can't... That just happened. That just happened. Okay. Take 3. Processor? What the heck is a processor? Alright. What is a processor? 14 processors. They're Eldrazi. What the heck is a processor? See, this is just gonna be an Eldrazi deck, is the problem. Like, you could make a processor deck, but like, I'm just gonna include all the Eldrazi cards. Is that interesting? Does anybody want to see that? I mean, there's something very, very cool about like, oh yeah, I've made a processor deck, and everyone's like, what the heck is a processor? But like, there's nothing interesting here. This is just gonna play like an Eldrazi deck, right? The niche of this is I need to be running green, black, blue. It's a green, black, blue Eldrazi deck. That's kind of weird. It does give you a reason to play the colored Eldrazi spells. Like, I feel like Eldrazi are very known for being colorless. But all the colorless cards can still go in. All this means is it limits what we can do as our commander, right? Like, it's not really that interesting. So they have that like, a bunch of Eldrazi have this pay the cost of moving something from your opponent's exile to their graveyard, which is a cost because you have effects that put cards into your opponent's exile. There's some interesting upside of it being able to exile stuff, or take it out of exile even. Like, for example, you could run a card that's like, exile like an opponent's thing, and then they can play it, but then you can remove it, so that's kind of like killing it. Like, there's some weird things you could do with that. That does sound kind of fun, actually. Are they all that? Oh, actually, huh. Okay, I'm getting more interested in this, because they're all that kind of thing. What would be a good commander for this? So, I'm not sure if you know what I mean. There's a bunch of cards that are like, exile target non-land permanent for as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. A card cast this way costs 2 more to cast. So, this card's really interesting. It's 2 mana bounce with tax, effectively. But if we can bounce it and then return it to the graveyard, it was actually 2 mana removal. Kinda cool. Aerial Extortionist. The thing is, I want to make like a light deck is what I'm finding. Like, this is good. Aerial Extortionist actually is relevant. Okay, wait, what's this card? I've never seen Blightwind Banged before. Wilds of Eldraine Commander. Sorry, I just got distracted by a hot fairy. I'm sorry. Sorry, I got distracted. How many of these are relevant? Beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of target opponent's library. You may cast it. I don't want you may cast it. So actually, what's the wording on this? Its owner may cast it. Okay, these should be the cards that we can work with. The colors aren't there. Like, I see 2, maybe 3 interesting cards here. Yeah, there's 3 interesting cards here. Which, like, that can be fine. Like, it doesn't have to be the main game plan. It's just, like, a thing you can put in the deck, which is kind of cool. I can admit that. Which does mean that we want to throw in white. Blue, 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 black, blue. There's only 1 green card. It kind of sucks. I'm not sure if I care about that effect. What about blue? Turn an instant or sorcerer engraved in hand. Okay, those are valuable effects, but I don't know what I'm trying to loop. Draw a card, then discard a card. Weak. I don't need black. And what if I add in white? Ligrella the Magpie enters exile any number of other target creatures controlled by different players. When they leave... Oh, until they leave. I've always thought Ligrella was kind of weak, but that does ETB exile a bunch of stuff. And while they would normally just come back, we can get rid of them by using our processors. That's maybe something? That's maybe something. and we're in blue and white, we could maybe do some flickering of Ligrella to keep doing that. Because normally you can't flicker Ligrella because your opponent's stuff just comes back. Okay. Maybe? What the heck? Do people like this card? 1,600? Who is playing this? I do not understand how people would normally play Ligrella. This seems bad. Yeah, show me some combos. When this enters the battlefield, you may exile another target permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Ligrella the Magpie must be on the battlefield. Felidar must be in exile, exiled by Ligrella. Got it. Cast Ephemerate by paying 1. Ligrella and Felidar enter the battlefield. Abilities triggered. Simultaneously? Why is that simultaneous? Ligrella leaves, which causes Felidar to return. They both hit at the same time? Why do they happen simultaneously? Then you resolve the Ligrella trigger, which exiles Felidar until Ligrella leaves. And then the Felidar blinks Ligrella. Because of that, Ligrella has left, so Felidar comes back. But it comes back simultaneously with Ligrella so they can target each other? Okay, I don't know why that's the case, but sure, okay, they're allowed to target each other. I believe you. So it sounds to me like Ligrella is a combo piece in a deck that just wants anybody to be entering and leaving repeatedly. I mean, at least I'm building a new home for her. I guess she's just a combo piece in a bunch of weird decks. And I guess we could include a bunch of these pieces. Like, I'm not above that, as long as, like, it's interesting. But I think this is going to be original enough. I think this is going to be interesting. I think this is relevant.